So this is my backyard. This is February the 3rd. For some reason we have a pretty decent hot day for February, which is 50 degrees right now. And my backyard is a wreck, as you can see from here. I got these from work. These are some storage bins I'm going to use for my aquaponics system that I'm going to use for my pond aquaponics. This is my gazebo. It's like winterized right now, so you won't be able to see inside because it's a wreck in there too. This is all my flowers and plants I had stored here. Yeah, well, they were out here looking nice last summer, but now all the flowers have died. The only ones that will probably come back is my perennials and my hibiscus. Everything else is going to die, I presume. This is my hot tub right there that I built in that corner. Here's a small greenhouse that's probably going to go, basically, at least the shells, into my big greenhouse that I'm going to build from scratch, a hoop greenhouse. Here's my frozen over pond that I will be using for my aquaponics system. Actually, I have butterfly koi down there somewhere, and as you can see, my fountain is still running, and as it is getting pretty warm out here, it's starting to break some of this ice up. You see how much ice had formed on top of this pond. Here's my homemade waterfall too. It's made out of 2 plastic barrels, and that had iced over as well, but it's still flowing, so my koi are still getting air down there. They should be still alive. They've been in the pond for, this will be the 5th year for some of them anyway, and they're used to it. So some of the plants I left in the pond. There's a floating planter right there. And this is my backyard. I have a lot of room to do this project in. I tried gardening as far as the planting in the ground, back-breaking work. Never really yielded anything but a few cucumbers and maybe a handful of tomatoes. My pool is a wreck too. I plan on rebuying that and putting it over here somewhere. But this area is going to be where my greenhouse is eventually going to be. Look at all this space. So much possibilities. There's everything else that done died this winter. I see the only thing that survived is my strawberries. They're still alive and well, actually. Those were a failed attempt at some broccoli, failed attempt at some greens. The insects were getting at them. I never had enough time to even harvest not one. 2 very sickly, now dead cucumber, not cucumber, but pepper plants that I never got to taste. This is where my cucumbers were. Those were where my tomatoes were. And none of those worked out at all. I did try to attempt to grow some watermelon here as it vined, only produced 2 melons. This one the size of a golf ball and the other size of a grapefruit, which ended up dying anyway and wasn't even edible. So, and in here, the only other things that are alive are my strawberries. I didn't get any strawberries last year, and they did say some of these things have, you probably have to wait one whole full year to actually get a good produce on strawberries. But I am going to transplant these into my hydroponic system so they can have a good start. And this is my mother's failed attempt at some mustard greens. This is all coming out of here. This whole wall is going to be hydroponics going all along this wall here. So I do plan on having a lot of vegetables growing along this wall and around my pond. As you can see, those are some of the little bins I have upside down, but there's going to be a row of 7 going across the pond. 7 upside down, 7 right side up, and the ones that are right side up are going to actually have the vegetables growing in them. The other ones is just to raise it up off the ground so it'll be more accessible. This is my koi pond. It's about approximately 3 feet deep down there, so they do have plenty of water during the winter to hibernate in. There's some of the grasses. I guess it's a strawberry grass that was in the pond. It's a fog plant. The other side had one too. I just pulled them out for the winter. I don't think they will come back. They say they won't, but who knows? If I cut them back, maybe they will, maybe they won't. I'll just go rebuy some more. This is it's a type of a succulent plant that always comes back every year. There's some lavender. It's the only other things that are actually still alive around here. They look sickly, but they always spring back to life. I probably am going to replant those as well as my irises there and on the other side of the pond. There's my little swing. But that will be the site of my 10 by 12 greenhouse. I don't know which way I'm going to have it turned, but it will be right there in that vicinity. My pool will be further back down here, and I also plan on digging another pond for my goldfish that are getting too big for their tank. Right along here, it's going to be almost like a moat. It's not going to be as big as this pond, but it's going to be like a slither of a moat, basically. Going from here to this corner, this is going to be dug back out. It's going to go here all along this side of this slab, and this rock pathway is going to end up being a bridge over the pond into the backyard where my greenhouse and of course access to the pool area. And back in that corner is going to be, I think the corner is going to end up having corn stalks. But we shall see. But all along this fence line, just plenty of feet to grow a whole row of fruits and vegetables, along with, of course, the greenhouse, and all along my pond. I will have some hydroponic buckets, or maybe some wicking buckets along there, along back here. But it's going to be beautiful. My very own garden oasis. Not just flowers like I've been having years past, but actually fruit and vegetables that I can actually eat. I'll also be growing fruits and vegetable trees all along my gazebo here, with all these fake trees sitting here. It's like, I got fake trees, why not just plant real trees, or some tomato vines or some grapevines, and let them climb up my gazebo on all sides and along this fence line. This one gets a little bit more shade than anywhere else, so I can also grow plants along this fence line as well. This is my pool table, outdoor pool table that rarely gets used, but it does get some use. Another workbench table. I don't know if it'll still sit here. I might put it inside the greenhouse as a workspace, or to put some of my hydroponic tubs on top of. That way I don't have to buy, a place for them. I could just, has wheels, or just roll it on in there. And of course, this is my dining area, my little porch. I can also put hydroponics up here and along this ledge up here where this plant used to be, or still is, but I don't think that is a perennial either. And there will be plants along here. They won't just be flowers. There will be either fruits or some type of vegetable. I might put a raspberry bush around here somewhere. In other words, just about everything back here is going to be edible. Just have company, and we have our little shindigs back here, and might be able to even grab them a bite to eat while they're back here. Yeah? Well, we shall see. This is the before. I never catch before pictures of anything I do, but now I definitely have, and this is my before. Take a look-see. This is start of winter, well, the ending of winter. It's February. Our winter's supposed to end in March. Spring is March, but the last frost date is, I think, in May. So, but I'm hoping sooner than later, because I do need to get these seeds out before then. Okay, this is start of my backyard garden oasis part 1.